Good morning and welcome to Coffee and, the longest running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee and panel.
And it's Coffee and time here on ONAM and FM. Thanks for joining us. It's Tuesday, February 27th, amongst the fog, here on Tuesday morning. I'm Joe Callahan. Ed Carew is here. Good morning to you there, Ed.
Good morning, Joe.
Edward, is it Edward?
It is Edward, yes.
It is Edward, okay.
Edward.
Normally Linda Tebow is here, but Linda cannot make it in today.
She's in a fog.
She's in a fog.
Yeah.
No, actually, she told us last week she is babysitting.
Right.
So that takes precedence.
Yes.
and I can understand that. But we may have a few other people just popping on in, so we'll see how it goes for the rest of the hour. But it's time for our first message from the Carew Investment Group, Ed.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Good morning, everyone. Are you retired or retiring soon? Well, that's great. My Tony Tiger
Thanks,
impersonation.
Congratulations.
You may be retiring, but your money can't afford to retire. I'm Ed Carew of the Carew Investment Group at 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. At the Carew Investment Group, we offer personal investment management of client money, especially from the proceeds of their 401k distribution after they leave the workforce. So to find out more about our services and for professional management, it's hard for a tiger to say professional, of your investments, give me a call, or you can call my son Paul at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
All right, Ed, before we get into all the real heavy stuff, well, this is kind of heavy for you. Over the weekend,
Yes.
down in your town,
I know, all kind
my
of wacky
goodness,
stuff going on.
The house fire,
Yeah.
that killed a middle school student,
Yeah.
and then there was an accident that killed a 65-year-old Middleborough resident, and it happened in town.
Yeah.
Was the house near you? The fire?
I don't know where that house is.
Okay.
You know, Middleborough's a big.
Yeah, it's a lot
It's
of
a big
land.
town, and I'm not sure where that particular street is.
Okay. And the accident, do you know where what road the accident happened on?
No, is this another accident from other than the one I told you about last week?
There was one over the weekend,
Okay. no,
rather
I don't-
recent, that a 65-year-old man passed away.
No, I don't know about that one.
And both incidents took place right in Middleborough. So, and I know they're still investigating on the fire at the house, and so we'll have to go forward from there. I know that the one that died, yes, she was in middle school. I think she had a younger sibling and an older sibling too, but they were all able to get out.
Yeah.
I know the firefighters tried to get out, but fire's tough. The flame and the heat is just
apparently they were
it's too
turned
much.
back by the fire.
Yep.
And everything. Yeah.
And if you've ever seen a whole house on fire, it's not fun.
No.
Tough.
No.
It's tough being a firefighter.
And there's a lot of old homes in Middleborough, because it's an old town. So
How's the water supply? Are there hydrants on every street, or do they have to go run and try to find a water supply, like a pond or something nearby?
no. The closest hydrant to our house is less than a quarter mile away. It's not far.
Yeah.
It's right at the end of the street, and there's one there. But further down our street, there are no hydrants. There's also no town water. I've got the only house on the street that has town water.
Wow.
Which is weird because I've got the oldest house on the street.
That is odd how that works out.
Yeah.
All right. And, fire trucks do carry their own water with them. 500 gallons?
Well, I don't know, but certainly
maybe
not enough to put out a big fire.
No, not something that's going to last hours and hours and hours.
Right.
So, all right. And so speaking of fire, we had one in Manville yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
3 families are left homeless. One of the people, who was a woman, she had to jump. And you can just imagine how bad is it behind you that you can't get through that, and your best option is to jump out a window. But that's what she did. I hear they were able to at least put I don't know if it was a discarded mattress or just something. Here, land on this. She still injured her leg. Doesn't say what the injury was, but could have tore something or broke a bone or something. But at least she's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
But she jumped out of the window, and this happened yesterday around 2:30 in the afternoon. But but everybody got out, and some people were treated for minor burns. The house is a total loss because the flames were shooting through the roof, and so that took place in Manville. And the residents are being helped by the Red Cross. They're still investigating that fire as well. All right, yesterday on the Coffee and program, we had U.S. Congressman from Rhode Island, Gabe Amo. He says he's heading back to Washington on Friday, Ed, because it's time to play everybody's favorite game. How do we avoid shutting the government down? We play this about every 3 months.
Yep.
And we're going to play it again on Friday.
Kick the can down the
We're
road.
going to kick the can once again. I probably ask this every single time. Why don't we do this in a more permanent solution? But I don't know. Is there not one?
I'm sure there is, but these guys can't agree on what day of the week it is. So
it is Tuesday.
Yeah, we know it's Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so will they vote yes to just we'll fund the government for the next 3 months?
No, they'll find a way to keep it going for a little bit longer,
and we'll worry about it again in June.
Yeah.
Just before the 4th of July break.
Yeah. Then they're going to get to the point where they're going to say, well, there's an election coming up, so I have to go out and campaign.
Right.
So we got to push this off until after the election and stuff like that. So.
But you got to keep the government going.
Well, yeah, they'll approve enough money to keep it going until the next time.
It's almost like the DOT. All right, let's just fix the road a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll fill in the potholes, and that's good for now.
Yeah.
Until the cars and the trucks start running over it again, and in a month or so, oh look, there's a hole again. Well, should we fill it in again, or should we redo the whole road? Well, how much money do we have? Nah, not enough to do the whole road. Okay, patch it again. And that's what they're. Is that a good analogy?
It's
I just
good.
came up with that on the top of my head.
You're right. You off the cuff, you did real good.
So we're putting another a patchwork in the pothole down in government. And our Rep Amo said, he's got to go back to Washington on Friday so he can vote for it to keep the government going once again. So okay. So that's what they'll be doing on Friday. I don't know why they can't do it like today or Wednesday. We've got to wait to the last minute just to be sure. We'll have to see.
More pressure.
Pressure on who?
On everybody that's there.
To get it done?
Yeah, to do something.
Yeah. Well, this way we can sneak in other stuff. That,
like never
maybe
do today what you can put off till
tomorrow. That's a great. It's my motto.
Apparently, it's theirs too.
But this allows people to sneak in other things that you weren't aware of, and now you're signing for it.
Now you got more things to
I know
against.
more. That's right. All right, so that's what's happening down there in Washington, and I don't have the answers. They don't have the answers, but they think they do.
Yeah, I don't have the answers.
I know it's convoluted. I get it, and it's tough to do. This is why I don't run for office, which why I don't want to be down there trying to work on these things. Last weekend, we brought it up in the Coffee and program. I had my facts off just a hair. Not too bad, though. Last week I said it was the principal of Brockton High that wanted to bring in the National Guard. That was incorrect. It was the school committee that wanted to bring in the National Guard to help out at Brockton High School. They voted, I think it was 3-2. One of those against it was the school the mayor. Because the mayor of Brockton is also the school superintendent or the head of the school committee.
Right.
Is what he is. And according to John Ward, that's the way a lot of it is in Massachusetts. I said, really? Not in my town. And we looked it up in Mansfield, and it's not the way it works in Mansfield. That's why I hadn't heard of it. So, but in a lot of other Massachusetts towns, that's the way it works out. That they do both jobs. So it was the school committee that went to the governor and said, we need the National Guard here because Brockton High is out of control. It's chaos, and that's a quote, by the way, in the chaos. So it came out yesterday. What did Maura Healey say? No. I don't think it's a good idea. Now, she said Brockton got a grant to work on this. Yes, We need more people in authority in the schools. That's what's going to fix the problem. Where do we get these people? It can't constantly be the police, because there's a whole big city that, not that Brockton's that huge, but there's a whole other city you got to patrol. You can't put all your resources in one place.
No,
That would be bad.
absolutely.
So, do you hire a private security firm?
They could, I guess, hire a private security firm. I guess they could use off-duty police officers. There's,
But you still, the security team, you still got to pay.
yeah,
Off-duty cops, you still got to pay.
yeah,
The National Guard, they're already being paid.
yeah.
This is not extra money.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you're in the National Guard. Here's a new duty you got to do for the next 3 weeks. Instead of being over here, go over here to the high school and hang out with the kids, and keep order.
Yeah, but National Guardsmen have a job
Mm-hmm.
outside of the National Guard. You're going to take
Right.
them away from their regular job, that pays them, I'm sure, more than the
Guard
$35
does.
a day that they're going to be, you know,
Yeah.
depending on their rank and all this other stuff. I don't know what the going rate is, but I'm sure it's not equivalent to their job. So if, you know, you're going to get to the point where if you're going to continuously have National Guard troops in the school, you're going to get to a point where the guardsmen are going to finish their duty and you're not going to be able to replace them. If the chance of being sent to a school at a minimum pay of the guardsmen, you're not going to want to do that. Let's face it, most people that join the National Guard don't want to go and be
fight.
deployed in
Yeah.
a school.
All right.
Okay, they'll be deployed to fight for the country if they have to, but they're trying to be a guardsman as a secondary position to staying at home and taking care of their family and, you know, doing a job in the local area.
Are there full-time National Guard people that don't have other jobs?
There probably are, but they would probably be some of the senior
Mm-hmm.
people of the Guard, you know,
Your generals and your majors. And
yeah,
like
stuff
that?
like that, because they're probably old enough to have retired from a regular
Yeah.
job.
Okay. All right. Well, so the governor's already said no, and in Massachusetts, and so I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if things have gotten any better over at Brockton High. I don't know if the chaos still reigns. But they came up with an idea, and the governor said no. So we got to move on to something else, and I
Yeah.
don't know what the something else is.
I don't know. I don't know what it is either, but I was not in favor of that idea.
No.
No.
I would like to see it as an experiment. Yeah, and I know people say, "Oh, you don't want to go into a war zone and like that." Yeah, I get it, but just to see if the chaos got squelched in any way.
I don't know. Maybe it would.
Maybe it's,
But it
put a little
doesn't make-
put a little fear into the.
It doesn't make it
rabble
the right
rousers.
answer. It may get
No.
the right solution,
Outcome.
You know, this is one of those things where the ends
The
justifies
ends
the means.
always justify the means, Ed. Another motto I live by.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, all right. Well, that's not happening in Massachusetts, and instead, her ex-girlfriend's going to be the judge on the thing on the state's judicial court. So, all right, we're going to move on now, and it's take our first break, but it's time for a second message from the Carew Investment Group. So back to Ed.
Okay, thanks again, Joe. Good morning again, everyone. Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group at 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. Our telephone number is 765-8880. And if you're looking for an investment firm that puts you first and works hard on your behalf, I'd like you to consider us. We're right here in Woonsocket, and we've been in business since 1987. So you don't have to go out of town for an experienced advisor or work with an advisor based in Boston or New York or who knows where, probably someone you're never going to meet. And we encourage our clients to come to the office and sit down with us as often as they like. Why? Because we like to do business the old-fashioned way, We want to get to know you on a more personal basis so that we're more attuned to your financial needs. So if you're interested in speaking with us for a free, no obligation consultation and find out more about how we'll invest your money, you can call me or Paul at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
No investing in fly-by-night operations, right?
No siree.
All right, more Coffee Ants coming up. Stay tuned. Hi, this is Joe Callahan, and I'm letting you know when you visit Danielle's Juicy Bar in Woonsocket, you'll always be served a cup of tea made with pure love. They offer milk teas, milk smoothies, fruit teas, fruit smoothies, boba, and more, and all their teas are made with premium tea leaves. I know, I had the green apple tea and it was delicious. With up to 100 varieties of drinks to choose from, the flavor options are endless. Stop by Danielle's Juicy Bar and let them help you create your perfect custom combination. Located at 43 Railroad Street, Woonsocket, near Ciro's, Danielle's Juicy Bar is open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
We're here for you on the Talk of the Valley, ON Radio.
And it's Coffee and on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. My name's Joe Callahan. Ed Carew is here. Good morning to you, Ed.
Hello.
All right. Now, when this story came out a couple of days ago, I said, I wonder who's going to be the first to oppose it. And this was the Capital One wants to buy Discover card.
I know the answer.
And I said, someone's going to say, nah, I don't like it. And we have our first person saying, nah, I don't like it.
From Massachusetts?
From
no
the
less.
state of Massachusetts, U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah.
If it's got anything to do with business, whatever it is,
Yeah.
I'm against it.
Anything to do with business, anything to do with a merger of any type, it's an automatic, I'm against it.
No, I'm against it. All right. Joining us at the Coffee and Table, let's say good morning to Kevin Callahan. Hi, Kevin.
Good morning, Joe.
Nice to have you here with us. This is Ed Carew.
Good morning, Ed.
How you doing?
Very
Nice to
well.
meet
How about
you.
yourself? Nice to meet you, too. Got it.
All right, and let's see. So Elizabeth comes out and said she actually went to the Federal Trade Commission. Just to put out a press release. She said she told the FTC it's a bad deal for consumers because it will impact competition. Now, will it impact competition that much? There's a ton of credit cards out there to choose from.
I don't think it'll impact competition. The credit card, no, you can't go by there's a ton of credit cards out there.
All right.
There might be a credit card from Bank of America and Chase and Citibank and the local credit union and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
But most of them are either branded as MasterCard or Visa.
Well, right.
Okay, so there's not a ton of credit cards out there. Okay, so and then you've got American Express, which is a private thing. I
Right.
mean, it's a publicly traded company, but it's another competitor to Visa and MasterCard. And now you also have Discover, but Capital One is part of, I believe it's MasterCard. I think that's who they cleared through. So what they want to do by buying them is eventually start clearing everything through Discover.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're going to give it a new name somewhere along the line. I'm sure at first they won't.
Right, they were going to operate them separately.
They'll operate them separately, but they'll send some of their, I'm going to call it trading for lack of a better word off the cuff right now. Instead of doing some transactions through MasterCard, they're going to do them through Discover and eventually build up the Discover system stronger to be more competitive with MasterCard and Visa and American Express. So as usual, she's wrong. Right? It's not going to eliminate competition. It's going to make one competitor stronger.
Okay. Kevin, any thoughts on
Yeah,
on
no,
these?
I agree with you, Ed. So, yeah, they're going to be operating separately, is what I heard as well, and I agree. It's going to make them stronger as well to compete against Visa, MasterCard, and American Express, which I think it might be a good thing in this situation and not a bad thing. So.
And like I told you last week, also is that Capital One tends to do business with people that have lower credit scores than Discover. Discover is more, choosy. They want people with higher credit scores. So this is a way for Capital One to start developing a higher rated clientele.
They may be able to keep their interest rates a little bit lower too than Visa and MasterCard, which sometimes runs at 19 or 20%. They can come in at a 15 or 14%.
Well, that's up to the individual bank too.
Right.
All right. Well, any word on what the Federal Trade Commission? Any response from them about what Warren told them?
No,
Are they,
this is.
are they ignoring her?
No, they're not going to ignore her. But they're going to look at it. That's their job. But and this Federal Trade Commission is against everything, also. So
Well, that leads us to another story. There's a federal effort to block a merger. The parent company of Shaw's and Star Market, which is Albertsons.
And
they want to merge
Kroger.
with Kroger.
Sure.
And the FTC said, they filed a lawsuit to block the merger.
They did that about a year ago.
It would drive prices up and decrease competition.
And Elizabeth Warren came out against that yesterday.
She did. Okay. The companies argue it would help them compete with Amazon and Walmart. All right, I can see that.
Yes.
All right. So if the FTC is filing lawsuits,
And Costco.
yeah,
And all those really, really big places.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, the field of grocery shopping has changed over the last 10 to 15, 20 years. And they have to become, the regulators have to change along with them. They can't look.
They don't want to, though, it seems.
Well, yeah, I know, but would they be better off if these grocery stores go out of business?
No.
I mean, how many times do grocery chains go? How many grocery chains in Rhode Island are no longer here that were here 10, 15, and 20 years ago?
Got to go down where Almax used to be.
Yeah, exactly. Almax, First National, Fernandez.
Yeah. All right.
There's a whole bunch of them.
Gary Smith has joined us at the coffee and table. Good morning to you there, Gary.
Good morning.
Nice
Hello,
to have
Gary.
you here with us.
Morning, Ed. Morning, Kevin.
Gary. Any surprise to you that Elizabeth Warren is against everything? Not everything, but the whole credit
I
card
haven't gotten
situation.
over the surprise that she's still in the politics.
All right. Well, that's what she
still
does.
Part Indian.
Is she still teaching? Is she still up at Harvard?
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure she is.
Teaching her one class.
$350,000 for her one class.
Yeah, it's not the kind of job you just quit.
No, you keep that one.
Are they hiring?
Yeah, she's so concerned about how your finances are.
Is it? I think I saw it over the weekend. Is it her that's flying around in the private jet, telling you not to drive your car?
Well, they all do that.
Yeah.
Can you think of one that doesn't?
No.
Yeah, there you go.
No. We got to get there. We got to get there quickly, right?
There was a top 10 list. I forget who was on it now because they were railing against Taylor Swift being on her private jet, and she wasn't even in the top 10. And there's your climatologists for it made some of the top 10 lists of the private jet people. Stop driving that gas guzzling car. Well, hold on, I gotta get across the country.
Yeah, and quickly.
Yes.
So. All right. Just keeping it up in Massachusetts once again, Ed.
Yes.
Boy, Maura Healey does not like Stewart Health at all.
No, she doesn't.
She wants them out of the state. Close up all 9 hospitals or sell them to another healthcare company and go back to Texas and please stay there. She wants them out. She ordered them to submit some financial records to the state by the end of business on Friday. They sent her a few things hoping to keep her quiet, but it wasn't enough. You didn't send us what we needed. So it was incomplete and insufficient.
I don't know anything about Stewart Health.
Well, they are in trouble, financially. There is an issue there, but they do employ 16,000 doctors, nurses, and other healthcare professionals.
How can a health care company organization,
There are for-profit
be-
companies.
aren't they all? I mean,
No, there's some nonprofit
Really?
hospitals. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, we can get into the profits that's involved with nonprofit, but somehow they do that. I have a nonprofit, and I'm not allowed to make any money at all or have anything to do with any financial gain. So I don't understand how these big nonprofits have all these people that make all this money, but they do.
How's that work, Ed? any idea? We always look to Ed for money answers.
Well, I can tell you what part of the problem is with
All right.
them not making enough money to
With
be
Stewart?
able to. Is that the reimbursement for a lot of the procedures that they do, the reimbursement from the government are not as much as they would charge somebody who has private insurance, and if you had no insurance, you'd probably pay a higher price too. But if you're going to take any federal money, you have to accept the price that they're going to pay you. And in a lot of cases, it isn't enough to take care of those 16,000 nurses and doctors and the procedures involved and the medication and all this other kind of stuff.
Well, and how much of this might have something to do? I'm just throwing out a little guess here. With Massachusetts is a sanctuary state, and all this free medical care that we're giving illegal aliens, that the government is reimbursing them for at apparently a lesser rate, according to Ed. So, how much does that have to? How much does that play into this whole thing? And is it just going to keep on going up the ladder until nobody has any health care because nobody can make any money?
And then what do you do?
Well,
Then you're going to be like all the other countries. You're
Yeah.
going to wait
Yeah.
6 months to get anything done.
Done.
You make an appointment, you'll see you in 6 months. Yeah, no problem. Come
Sounds
on
like
in. And,
sounds like Canada.
well, Canada, Europe,
Yeah.
we don't have. We're not happy with the system that we have, but if it's so bad, why do people come from the rest of the world
here to get
for their
medical care?
here?
Especially Massachusetts.
Yeah.
The best care anywhere is in Massachusetts.
Yeah. Jane used to tell me that people would come from China, from Mexico, from all over the place for care. People that could afford it would come to Mexico to go to Tufts. When she
Yes.
was working there, she used to see it all the time because she was the OR nurse up there.
So the word is out all over the world. If you need something specific,
Yeah, well,
Come to
it's
Boston.
world-class medical out of Boston.
yeah.
I was amazed. One of my sons a few years ago just had some elbow surgery, and up at Boston Children's Hospital, and we brought him up there, and just to see all the cars, there was no Massachusetts cars or Rhode Island cars. They were from all over the United States.
Yeah.
And it kind of hit you like a ton of bricks. Like, wow, we got the best care facilities right in our backyard.
do.
'Cause people coming from all over, not only the country but the world for the same procedure.
I just had oral surgery last Thursday. I was there for an hour and 20 minutes. My bill was $6,000.
Now, how much of that are you going to have to pay?
Every penny of it, because who has dental insurance? I mean,
I do.
Cover anything?
Not much.
Not much.
Exactly.
I have,
cleaning every now and then.
5,000,
at this stage of my life, I'm on Medicare, and Medicare doesn't pay for anything dental. So it's I have a credit card only for emergencies such as that, and that's the only thing on my credit card. But I got to pay all of it.
$6,000. Wow.
$6,000. Well, and that's only the beginning, because
This
now
follow-up?
now the follow up is having a crown made for that implant, and that's another $2,400 out of pocket.
Wow.
Yep.
A lot of money in teeth,
I
huh?
got a $10,000 tooth.
Yeah. I hope it's made out of gold. No, that's another $2,000. Wow. All right. Well, good luck paying all that.
Well, fortunately, I will have the money.
Medicare doesn't offer a dental plan at all,
Nope.
so you have to go buy private.
Yep.
If you want it.
I have had dental insurance in the past that hardly pays for cleanings. I mean,
Right.
it's
Cleanings, X-rays.
You know,
That's
We've
about it.
asked our dentist, is there a good medical good dental insurance, and they'll say no.
No, it's just
You
no.
can get one, but what you pay in premiums and what you're going to receive back is just like not really worth it.
Wow. My mother had a dentist on the east side of Providence. I cannot remember his name. He accepted no insurance. Just got out of the whole insurance game altogether. And here are my prices. And this is what you'll pay for a cleaning. I don't know, it was $25 or whatever. This is what x-rays are. You had the whole price list out. And if you can pay it, great. But no, I'm not dealing with Delta Dental or United or Blue Cross or any of them
Well, they
anymore.
don't want to. They want to get paid, up
front.
front
Yeah.
by you,
Immediately.
Yeah, they don't want to have to go through all the paperwork and bureaucracy and wait for 3 months or 6 months to get paid.
To get the money back, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right, we're going to take a break here on the Coffee and program. More is coming up. Time for the forecast being brought to you by unbound.org.
The National Weather Service has issued a wind advisory for tomorrow and tomorrow night, and a special weather statement has been issued for the purpose of warning drivers about patchy fog this morning. Mostly cloudy skies with a high of 57 and calm wind. Tonight, a 90% chance of showers after 9 p.m. Wind comes up from the south, gusting over 30 miles an hour. A half an inch of rain is possible tonight. Wednesday's weather. Showers, 100% chance, high of 57, breezy from the south, winds gusting over 50 miles per hour. New precipitation amounts of another half an inch. Wednesday night, rain continues, then a chance of rain and snow as the rain ends around 5 a.m. Overnight low of 26, windy from the south, up over 50 miles per hour gusts. Chance of precipitation 100%, and new snow accumulation of less than a half an inch is possible Wednesday night. Thursday, mostly sunny skies and 34, breezy. Friday, sunshine and 46. Saturday, mostly cloudy skies with a high near 52. And on Sunday, partly sunny sky and 55. Monday, mostly cloudy and 52.
Currently outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, we have clouds, we got fog, and 39 degrees. A girl in Kenya dreams of becoming a doctor. An elder in Guatemala dreams of being part of a community. Reach out and change the world, and it will change your own at unbound.org.
You know, when you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And when it comes to your insurance, there's no one better at getting the right price for your protection than Allstate agents Kara and Celeste Benjamin, because they know when it comes to your bank account, every penny counts towards something bigger, something better. Like a nicer car, that home update you've been dreaming of, or a phone that's fresh out of the box. Those little or big things that we work so hard for. And Kara and Celeste Benjamin want to help you work a little less by getting you the coverage you need and the savings you deserve when you switch to Allstate. Contact Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. 765-5000 for a free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. And you're in good hands with Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate.
Big banks offer you everything these days. Bank from home, bank from your phone, even apply for a loan from anywhere you are. It's called Big Bank Tech, and it's pretty cool. Did you know you don't have to go to a big bank to be pretty cool? Navigant Credit Union offers their members all the big bank tech without the big bank. And if you want to come into a branch to see us, we'll make you feel like you own the place, because you do. We think that's pretty cool, too. Navigant Credit Union, member NCUA.
Lou Mandeville here to tell you the only place to get your local high school and college scores, as well as the Pats, Bruins, Celtics, and Sox, is on My Morning Sports Reports. And they are right here on ON 1240, Monday through Friday on the Morning Fun Show.
It's Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan here with Ed Carew, Gary Smith. Kevin Callahan's here as well. Linda Tebow could not be with us this week. We expected Linda to be back with us next week. This is, and it's funny you talk about, Gary, having your oral surgery yesterday. This is how old I am now. I went to the dentist yesterday just for your basic cleaning, and which was great because there were no X-rays involved, which I hate. But anyway, but there's a sign up in where you're having your teeth cleaned that says, and it's just someone has typed out something, and it's just on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and it also says, and I've seen this at other medical facilities too. It says, please no cell phone use while in the treatment area, or something to that effect. And so when everything was done, I asked the hygienist. I said, how in the world can people use their cell phones in here making phone calls if you're getting your teeth cleaned because you can't talk? And she looked at me. She goes, Joe, they're not making phone calls. They're texting while they're getting their teeth cleaned. I said, isn't that terribly inconvenient for you? Terribly inconvenient for me. It's really in the way. I said,
that's just rude.
Well,
It really is.
I go, that just never occurred to me that's what I'm going to say the younger crowd is doing. You can do anything. You can text and do anything else at the same time.
I mean, I've been in the dentist chair while they've left the room, and I feel my phone buzz, and I'm like,
Do you ever
take a look at
just
it?
take a
Do you ever
quick
play
look
with? Do you ever
at
play
it.
with the stuff while they're gone? I do this all the time.
You move the instruments around.
Spit sink, squirting things around. So
Get the extra drink of water, see if I can get the
look
whirlpool
at
going.
looking at the tools on the tray. Ooh, I can.
They usually try to hide those things from
But
us. You know?
I hate the dentist.
How sharp is this?
I'm the biggest baby in the world. And, I just when I went to have my oral surgery, they didn't want me. They offered intravenous sedation, which is what you would get like during a colonoscopy or something. It's a short term knocking you out.
You want a long term, huh?
And he and my surgeon, Dr. Kim, wonderful man, said, you really don't need that. This is only going to take you longer to go under than it's going to take for me to take the root of this tooth that's left out.
Yeah.
And I said, listen, this is up to you, but if I feel any pain, you're going to be visiting your ancestors. So,
This is why it was $6,000. It's all the anesthesia.
well, and that was the other thing. Just before they're putting me under, they showed me the bill. I said, you should have waited about 2 more minutes before you showed me this. You wouldn't have even needed the anesthetic. I would have fainted anyway.
He's out. now we can go in. All right. Well, anyway, so now I know at doctor's offices, people are not making phone calls. They're texting while the doctor is standing right there. I didn't realize this was doing, but I'm thinking it just shows my age.
Well, they're doing Snapchat as well.
My dentist has a nice TV screen in front showing all these beautiful scenery from around the world. Just wonderful stuff, and I enjoy watching that.
To relax you.
Yeah.
Mine has a television set that you can see straight ahead when you're sitting up, and then when you lean back, it's on the ceiling, so you can watch. And it's got a whole list of the channels you want. And many a time I said, anything you want to watch, well, put it on ESPN.
Yeah, put the game on.
That's fine, but it's never a game.
No.
It's always 4 guys sitting around a table talking about basketball. It's like, God, first of all, it's dull. And but even if the TV's on the screen, they're all on top of you, working around. Their arms are always in the way. You can't see anything.
Yeah, well, just get out of the way.
Can you guys
Excuse me for a second.
I love it when they try to have a conversation with you and you've got all this stuff in your mouth. I don't quite get that.
Been skiing lately?
I absolutely insist on a prescription for Valium before I go to the dentist. I don't care anything above a cleaning. No, I am so anxious when I go in there.
Are you one of those people that need one of those when you have to fly too? 'Cause I know some people take Valium before they fly because they're just so freaked out about it.
No one ever has to fly.
You don't have to. No.
No, I
you
choose
and
not
planes,
to.
not
I will
even-
not fly. No.
Have
No.
you ever flown?
Yes, I have.
All right. Didn't work out well.
No. I've flown
Still here.
in small planes when I was a relief caretaker at Penakees Island. They used to fly me out there on a seaplane, and that was fine. But the big planes, no. I can't imagine a worse hell than knowing you're going to crash and you're 10,000 feet up in the air. I just
All right.
cannot imagine what that horror must be like for
All right.
someone.
Well, pretty terrible. But I think I can top it.
Okay.
And
Going
this,
to the dentist. Yes.
No. And this just happened over the weekend. It was a couple out of Virginia, but they were on their catamaran somewhere down in the Caribbean, and
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
catamaran was taken over by 3 pirates, 3 escaped convicts from Saint Grenade or something like that.
Grenada, yeah.
And they did find the 3 people. The 3 prisoners, and they rearrested them. But when they looked at the boat, well, where are those people? They found blood on the boat and some clothes, I think, and they believe they were thrown overboard.
Yeah.
That's a worse hell. If you're alive, bobbing in the water, waiting for exposure to kill you, waiting for the
yeah.
sharks to come and get you, or just drowning altogether because you're so tired.
Yeah. Talk to the relatives of the seamen on the Liberty that went down, and that's pretty much what happened to them.
Did I get that
But,
right, Ed, about the whole couple down there? Okay,
Yeah.
I thought I read that correctly. All right, so let's see. Anything else of importance? So, nope, that's not anything. U.S. Senator from Rhode Island, Jack Reed, has traveled to the Ukraine, and I don't understand why senators do this, but they do. And he got to meet with government officials, including the president of Ukraine, Zelensky, and who just said, "Yes, please keep sending us more money." And what else is he going to say? And so
we
Reed
don't need to
says,
send the senator over here.
I know,
We need
but
to send more
that's what they do. And boy, the Army must hate it when all these congressmen and senators and higher ups come over because they need all this protection.
I thought we weren't sending them actual money. I thought we were sending
Aid?
them, equipment, weapons, arms. There's always an inflated dollar amount
US
associated with that, but
U.S. aid is urgently needed. The Senate has passed an aid package, but it doesn't say. Yeah, I guess they're sending.
we should
stuff.
never send them money. Ukraine is one of the most corrupt countries in the world. And while Zelensky is very charming on the TV,
He's not a nice guy.
he comes from a country where corruption is the norm, and they should not ever be sending them cash.
Any thoughts on that, Ed?
Oh, I agree that we shouldn't be sending cash. No.
Okay, but we must be sending some cash.
Why?
Well, I don't know why. Isn't
Send
that
it-
they always ask for it?
Send them what the cash would be paying
So,
for.
guns, tanks?
Send them food. Send them arms. Send them building materials. Send them anything you want. Just don't
Not
sell
cash,
them
so-
money or anything that can be readily turned into money.
All right, Ed. Should we just should we send over a couple of Powerball tickets?
That'd be a waste of money.
Yeah, but
Or-
strike it rich. So,
Or we could just elect Donald Trump.
and what will that do in terms of Ukraine?
In terms of the Ukraine,
Put an end to it?
you're going to find out.
All right. Would Trump put an end to the Hamas-Israel conflict as well?
I wouldn't bet against it.
All right. I forget. We had it on our national news. Some politician said he thinks we're going to have a ceasefire over there, Hamas and Israel, by the end of the week.
Yeah, Biden was saying that yesterday.
Was he?
Yeah.
And what's he going on?
Wishful thinking.
Oh, all right. Okay. I hope. I got my fingers crossed.
Biden's just Biden time.
Yeah.
Do you agree with on a different note, Gary, that a vote for Biden is a vote for Harris?
Well, certainly, yeah, obviously. I mean, he's
Kevin,
she would
Kevin,
be-
do you agree?
I mean, she's as vice president, she's next in line. So what do they mean, like that she's? This
Well,
is her.
he's just going to step down medically. All right, I got to leave, and so
Oh,
she will
okay.
be the next president.
he may not have anything to say about leaving.
Well, that's true. He may lose.
Yeah.
He's going to be reading a speech one of these days, and he's going to talk
Fall
about
over.
his resignation. He didn't even know it was in the speech, but they put it in there for him.
What? I quit.
I'll get Harris up on stage pretty quickly. Hey, give me that.
All right, one more break here on the Coffee and program, and more coming up. Please stick around.
What you said.
Hi, this is Tim Draper from Navigant Credit Union. I'm inviting you to an important discussion on how to safeguard you and your loved ones from financial fraud, exploitation, and cyber theft. Come join us at the Elks Lodge on Social Street on March 14th, 10 to 11:30 a.m., where we'll have a panel of experts discuss how to protect you and your finances. We'll show you what some scams look like. We'll talk about how to protect yourself and the things to look out for, and more importantly, what to do if you think you are a victim. Space is limited, so please call Amanda LaRose at 401-233-4700, or you can email her at alarose@navigantcu.org. Don't wait, space is limited.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio.
It is Coffee and on ON. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Ed Carew, Gary Smith, and Kevin Callahan. So I read this today as well. I'm not a big fast food person, but I'm not a big Wendy's guy. But I heard what they're going to try to roll out next year, and I can't remember exactly what they call it. Surge pricing.
Yes.
I think is that what they call?
Yes.
So okay. And so what it means is at lunchtime that burger is going to go up 30%?
36%.
All right. So your burger, instead of it being $1, it'll be $1.36 at lunch. But then at 2 or 3, it drops back down to being $1. Of course, I'm using.
Dollar. You haven't been to a fast
I'm
food
using.
place in a while.
Well, I only know that 36% of $1 is $1.36. It's my good math skills. So they're going to try it, and depending on the time of day and how busy they are.
Do we have a Wendy's close to here?
Yeah, there's one in Park Square.
Is there?
Yeah.
Park Square?
Yeah, on North Smithfield. You're going north on
No, I
146
know where
on the.
Park Square is,
Yeah.
but I don't ever remember seeing a Wendy's.
It's
there.
right across the street from the McDonald's.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, there's
Oh, great.
there's a Subway
Because
and a
McDonald's
Wendy's
has
there.
pissed me off more than I can say in the last 2 orders I've had there.
On the left-hand side, McDonald's,
Yeah.
Burger King. Across the street is Wendy's.
Yeah. I used to go to McDonald's every day to get my sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle, which is the greatest breakfast sandwich ever. But the last time I went there,
They screwed it up.
they put it on biscuits. Now the biscuits at McDonald's are
Dry as
just,
can
oh
be.
my God! Why? How this has survived all these years is just totally one of the great mysteries of the world. So I went to the window. I pulled ahead to let
Yeah.
the person come ahead of me. I pulled in back of me, and I pulled ahead, and I looked at my order because you have to, and I see that it's wrong. So I go up, I take the bag, I go up to the window, and I politely ask him, I said, I ordered McGriddles. These are biscuits. These are not good. Oh, no, you have to come inside. Now, I'm late coming here. I don't have time to go inside. Just give me my sandwich. I had actually ordered 2 because I needed one for the next day because I had to eat at 7 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't eat later than that because I had my surgery later on that day. They wouldn't do it.
Really?
They wouldn't do it. I walked away. I'm about 5 feet from my truck, and I took the bag and I flung it over my shoulder, and I don't know where it landed, but
Towards the building?
towards the building.
Oh, wow.
I was
See-
so I can't go back there again, obviously. So.
Well, you're coming in from Mendon. Is it easier to swing by Uxbridge and go to that one?
Why would I go all the way to Uxbridge?
I didn't
when
know
I'm
if it's
coming
all the
here?
way. I thought maybe it's on the way.
That would be like 10 miles out of my way.
Well, okay. I didn't know that.
You mean it's not worth going 10 miles out of your way to go to McDonald's? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. I can say, no. The Burger King is next door, but they don't have.
What you're looking for.
They don't have what
And
I'm
Wendy's
looking
might
for.
not have what
I
you're
gotta
looking for
check out.
either.
I gotta check out Wendy's now.
They do a breakfast.
So
Not sure what it is. The only thing that always bothered me about Wendy's is they give you the 2 burger patties, but only 1 slice of cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why there isn't one in between the 2 patties. It's another 10 cents. Raise the price 10 cents and throws another slice of cheese.
nobody
on.
gets cheese for 10 cents. It's $1 anywhere. The last time you went to a restaurant.
Yeah, really. We know where he doesn't go anywhere.
No, I'm
a buck for a
The
burger.
1970
and cents for
maybe.
cheese.
I
You live
remember
a sheltered life.
I
buddy.
remember this because we're gonna go back 40 years.
Yeah, I think it's the last time you went.
to Wendy's.
working at Burger King, and some people come in and say, "All right, I want the chicken sandwich." Chicken sandwich came with mayonnaise and lettuce, and they would say, "Can you put some American cheese on it?" Sure thing. So to cover the entire chicken patty, you had to put 2 slices of cheese, and at the cash register, it was 20 cents extra.
And you
Just
think
for the
that
cheese.
hasn't?
It has,
40
price,
years
huh?
it
ago.
should still stay that. It should still be
40 years ago.
should-
It's up to $1.36
There's
now,
not
right?
a dollar. There isn't a shortage of cheese in the United States, is there?
You should see how much cheese they go through at McDonald's. I was going through the.
Oh, I bet.
I was going through the drive-through one day, and I looked inside, and there was this mountain. There was literally a pickup load of cheese in there,
Well, all
or
right.
cheese food product. I'm not sure if it's real
It's not,
cheese
it's
or
not
not.
really, it's not really cheese.
So Joe, is this price surge? I only heard about the 36%. Is this like you go Sox Yankees, it's going to be $150
Yes.
for a game, and you go Sox Royals, it's going to be $100 of the game. Is it
They're
like
following that model, and they're also following the model of Uber and Lyft.
Oh, I heard Uber and Lyft are jacking
They-
their prices up. When are they?
Well, they already do it.
Oh,
And so if you get if you're at JFK Airport when all the planes are landing and you need an Uber, your price is higher than if you come in at like 2 in the morning. Now, Lyft does say we're getting rid of this at the end of this year. The escalation, the surge pricing
Yeah.
thing. So, but if it's a success at Wendy's, look for Burger King to do it. McDonald's won't do it because they never copy anybody else. They never say someone else has a good idea.
right.
Only they have good ideas.
They'll sneak it in 4 years
Yeah,
without telling
without
anybody.
telling anybody.
They'll just
They're
do
also
it.
going to use this surge pricing, but they're going to. It's not really going to be surge pricing. They're going to be using it for inventory control. Also, if something isn't selling, they're going to reduce the price for a certain period.
Oh, so it'll work in the other way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And why are they even coming up with all these creative ideas to increase prices?
Are they losing money?
And why are they losing money?
No one's buying?
No.
Oh,
Okay, you guys know I don't.
It's because they have
Minimum
to pay
wage.
their workers
Oh,
$20 an hour.
I saw that on a funny video over the weekend. Although I think this part's true. There's some politician out there wants minimum wage to be $50 an hour.
Oh, that's in California.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Yeah,
and then they showed,
high-end neighborhoods in California.
and then they showed someone pulling up to like a McDonald's drive-through, a burger and a fry and a small drink, $748.
What I
We're
want to
gonna pay
know.
for our employees.
Do you have guidance counselors in school?
Yes.
That helped
Yeah.
you
Well,
maybe
help. I don't know
try to
about help,
figure
but yeah.
try to figure. Well,
Yes.
they never really did much, but they would at least have a conversation with you about what you think you might want to do
Wanna
when you
do.
leave school. How many
Yes.
of these people said, "Oh, I want to work at McDonald's for the rest of my life. I want to support a family at working at McDonald's"? How many? That was never the goal of McDonald's. Just to,
No, not the part-time.
Have a living wage.
No.
exactly.
It was mama's wage, part-time, high school wage, part-time.
But their managers do okay.
Fine.
So going into McDonald's management, Burger King management,
Yeah, that's fine.
that's
that's
where you
fine.
make a living.
But you're not working the register or flipping the burger and figuring you're going to do that for a lifelong career.
Some people do.
Well,
they
they,
think
well, that's
they
their
should have
they
choice.
that.
can
That is-
now.
that is their choice,
They can now.
That is an entry-level position
right?
to get you into the workforce so that you can learn a trade and learn how to deal with other people and things like that. And your goal should be to improve your skills so that you can earn more money, not keep the same skills, which are menial skills that you're first going in with, and expect your pay to go up instead of
Exponentially.
have your pay go up to do the same things
Yeah.
when your skill level hasn't changed.
hasn't moved.
Case in point, my 2 episodes last week, 2 orders. They couldn't get it right. It hasn't improved the quality of the service any, getting all
right.
that money.
The Wendy's part of the whole surge pricing thing. Another thing they're going to be implementing. Then they say it's supposed to be better at their drive-through. Will be back to AI stuff.
Yeah, artificial intelligence. Yeah.
at the drive-through. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to improve the order-taking process, so the orders do come out correct.
Yeah,
Now,
they're
once again,
changing-
McDonald's won't take it because they didn't come up with this idea. What's that, Kevin?
Yeah, they're changing like the digital boards or something. I don't know.
Well,
if
you
it's
won't be
that
talking.
touch
You won't be
and-
talking to a person.
Oh, you'll be hitting the.
No, you
touch-
probably just talk.
Oh,
It's at the drive-through.
At the drive. Okay,
Yeah.
so you'll be able to, and then you'll
Yeah.
see everything in front of you.
I have
Yes.
no hope for that improving. it.
McDonald's already has the kiosks on the inside.
Yeah.
Where you just hit what you want, and they give you a little number. And I've been in there and have done that, and it's funny to watch if someone just walks up to the counter. the workers don't know what to do. They're like, somebody's here. Someone get the manager.
Yeah, exactly.
Because someone's standing here wanting to talk to us. And it throws them.
Yeah.
It's weird.
That is weird.
But all right. Let's see. Other things going on. I've always thought this was funny. There's a woman. She's in Palo Alto, California. Absolutely must get to San Jose, California. I'm not quite sure how far this is. According to Dave, it's about 65 miles between these two cities. So she doesn't have a car. She doesn't have an Uber. I guess there's no bus that she can get on. So she allegedly stole an Amazon delivery van.
But
'Cause it
did
was
she know
convenient.
the way to San Jose? That's
She
the big
did.
question.
She did know the way because she got there. So
Amazon's got GPS.
here's the Amazon delivery van, and the guy gets out to deliver a package, leaves the van going. Now, I don't know if that's company policy to do that or not.
Yeah, see the flashers on at nighttime all the time.
Yeah,
when
so
deliver,
I think they do. UPS leaves the van
I
going.
guess, yeah.
So he gets out. So she hops in and takes off, and so he naturally says, "My van's been stolen," and when she got all the way to San Jose, and where she was arrested, and all the packages that were in the van, all accounted for. She didn't want any of those. I gotta get to this city. And so she gets there. Now she's arrested. She's booked on suspicion of felony vehicle theft and committing a felony while she's out on bail. I love that.
Other than veil.
Yes, which is also another felony. So,
Well, this is a case when every move was not perfectly planned.
no, not
It
you
wasn't
didn't-
very well
you
thought
didn't-
out.
You didn't think this all the way through, did you? Well, I needed to get here, and I just
Any reason why?
it doesn't say why
Too
she
bad.
had to
I'd be
get there.
Now I'm curious.
I don't know. I have I got a dentist appointment to get to.
Nails.
Nails got to be done.
Hair.
I don't know. Or is it a job? I got to get to my child. I don't know. It just said I have to get here. This is my only mode of transportation. Walking is going to take way too long.
Yeah.
And so so this is my opportunity. Was the Amazon delivery van.
In the 60s and 70s, we would have taken it to the street with some thumbing, hitchhiking.
Well, that's against the law.
Oh.
Hitchhiking is against the law?
I always saw there were signs on the highways here in Rhode Island. Yeah, no pedestrians, no hitchhiking, no
bicycles,
horses.
and no horses.
Yeah,
Oh, on the highway.
On the
Yeah,
hi-
highways.
on the
yes.
highway.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
sure.
but on streets like Park Ave out here, I think it's okay still to do it. You just don't see people.
No, you don't see it too often.
I used to hitchhike home from school in second grade.
Second grade.
Second grade.
When my older
Did you get
brothers used to forget
Oh,
to
yeah.
pick me up at high school, I had a hitchhike home.
I didn't have a car or an Amazon delivery.
And other
yeah,
brothers, you know.
No, the last time I saw someone actually hitchhiking was on a highway though, and it was up in Maine. But they usually have the really big backpacks, and they got a sign of where they're going.
Like Vermont or something.
Well, no, usually another city
Oh, okay.
in Maine. I'm going to Portland, or I got to go to Fort Kent, which is way up there, and I see them get picked up.
Well,
But actual people standing there, thumb out, looking for a ride, I haven't seen that in years.
Yeah.
I won't ever pick up a hitchhiker that isn't walking. If you're not walking, you don't need to get there bad enough.
You need a little effort, huh?
Yeah.
Put a little effort
Show
into
me
it.
a little effort here. So,
Have you ever picked up more than one hitchhiker at a time? Sometimes
No.
it's like a group of 2 or 3.
no,
No?
no.
Too
And I
dangerous?
frankly haven't picked up a hitchhiker for some time.
Ed, pick up any hitchhikers lately?
No, not lately, for sure.
Have you seen any?
But you're right, I haven't
No, I
seen one
haven't.
for a long time either. So.
It's just it's kind of fallen out of favor. Huh?
No, everybody's got cars, pretty much.
Everyone's got something.
But that was a great discovery when I was a little kid, though. That's all you have to do to get a ride.
Stick your thumb out. And people pick you up?
Screw this walking uptown.
See, were you walking
Oh.
when you were hitchhiking?
Of course.
Okay, show a little effort. Okay. All right, that makes sense. That makes sense. Siri wants to talk about walking for some reason. All right, if you haven't heard, the total solar eclipse is coming in April. Be on the lookout for it. April 8th. Americans in 15 states will be able to see the moon almost totally cover the sun. Delta Airlines is offering additional solar eclipse flights. You go down to Texas and fly to Detroit. Somehow that's the best view if you head that way.
If
And,
you're sitting on the wrong side of the plane.
you're in trouble. Maybe they'll Go in circles.
Go around in circles.
Well, the flight's gonna leave Austin at 12:30 in the afternoon, and arrive in Detroit at 4:20.
The Cleveland Guardians had to change, or didn't have to change the start time of their game
Because of this?
because of it, and they're letting people into the stadium earlier
Just to see it?
because it's a perfect spot to see it. They said, and they didn't know what to do because it was going to get really dark in
Dark
the middle
anyway.
of the game. So they're going to start the game at the end of the eclipse.
All
And
right.
people can go into the stadium
To
for
watch
the
it
eclipse.
first.
Yeah,
Have a beer and watch the eclipse?
probably more than one. I'm sure they're hoping for now.
Okay. All right, that wraps it up for Coffee and for today. Thank you very much for listening in, everyone. Ed Crew, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for inviting me.
All right, Gary Smith, thanks for coming in.
Happy to be here.
And Kevin, thanks
No,
for coming in as well. Kevin Callahan.
Pleasure to be here.
All right, I'm Joe Callahan. Have yourself a great day, and stay tuned. Gary Smith is coming back in a half an hour with the gang, and do you remember here on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
U.S. Senator Jack Reed of Rhode Island was part of a Senate delegation that traveled all the way to the Ukraine last Friday. They met with government officials, including the Ukraine President Zelensky, and heard that continued U.S. aid is urgently needed by Ukraine in its war against the Russian invasion. The Senate has passed an aid package, and Reed says it's essential that the House